Hi, when I travel, I like to pack minimally, take what I need, what I want, but no more. And it's kind of hard to know what size containers, especially for toiletries and makeup and stuff like that, you're going to need. So I'm always trying to tweak that and get just the right amount for the trip that I'm going on. I just got back from a trip and I'm unpacking, and I thought I'd make a video so that I would know what I took. Was it too much? Was it too little? And then I'd have a record of it. So that's what this one is about. So we were gone for 4 weeks, 29 days. And so all the stuff that I have had to last that long. I'm not going to talk about clothes because my clothing choices were pretty perfect. This is everything else: toiletries, hair care, skincare, miscellaneous other stuff. So I'm just going to start with what I start with on my face. And the first thing I put on a clean face in the morning is a vitamin C. This is Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow. It comes in this size bottle. I thought this would be too big, so I decanted it into this size, which is 15 milliliters. And this was actually perfect. I ran out the day before I flew home, so can't get closer than that. So I really liked this size and thought it was great for a 4 week trip. I'll link below everything that I talk about if I can find a link for it. I got this off Amazon. And vitamin C isn't very stable, so I like to keep it in a darker glass container. Normally I'd prefer plastic, but glass for vitamin C. So that worked out really well. The next thing I usually use is some kind of a moisturizer or hydrating serum or something. So for this trip, I took the Numbuzzin #3. This is a Korean brand hydrating toner. It's really nice on the skin. I like it. This is the bottle it comes in, so that's way too big. So I took this one, which is 3 ounces, which is 90 milliliters, and I only used half of it. So 1.5 ounces would have been perfect for the toner. So that's what I'm going to remember for next time. The next thing I use is an SPF of some sort. And for this trip, I tried a new one. It is the Beauty of Joseon Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen SPF 40. I liked the concept of a tinted SPF. I did not like this particular product. I found it very drying. It kind of matted down. And I have very old, very wrinkled skin, so the last thing I need is something that's going to make it look drier and crust into the wrinkles. So the product itself I didn't particularly care for, but I like the concept, and it works great as an SPF. I didn't get any color at all. It's about half empty, and it is 1.69 fluid ounces, 50 milliliters. So I used about half of that. So I used about 25 milliliters. It's really runny. See if you can see it. The tint color was okay. It's just that it was very drying, I thought, and so I won't be using this again. If you have a tinted SPF that you particularly like, leave a comment below because I'm interested. I like the idea of it. Just haven't found the right product yet. I also took some body oil. I took 4 fluid ounces of, I think this is Tree Hut. And I only used about half of that. So 2 ounces, probably maybe 2.5 would have been fine for that one. This was kind of leaky. And so I did use one of these little condoms, as my kid calls them, for that. I also took this little thing. I took it on the plane. It's 5 milliliters. I got this as a sample sometime, I think from Sephora. And I put in it the Mario Bardescu Rose Water Facial Mist, refreshing mist. I take this on the plane, and it's just really refreshing to spritz this on my face. I also carried it in my purse, so I used all of that. And that was nice to have. I'm doing an experiment with my hands, and I didn't want to stop just because I was traveling for a month, so I took it with me. And it includes a scrub, body scrub that's exfoliating. I took this container, which is 1 ounce, 30 milliliters. I used almost all of it. I should have used all of it. I didn't quite do it as often as I should have. But this isn't something I normally travel with. I'm just doing it because I'm doing this experiment. I'm going to do a video on that in a few weeks. And so I took regular body sunscreen in a container that is 1.69 ounces, 50 milliliters. This is Hawaiian Sun, Hawaiian Tropic Sheer Touch, I think it's called. It's an SPF 50. And this was for my hands and arms and other body parts. It's almost gone, so this was a good size for that. I wear hard contact lenses, so I took the travel size kit of the Bausch & Lomb Boston stuff. The wedding solution comes in a 1 ounce bottle. I used this up after about 3 weeks, so I had to open up a second one for the last week. So 1 ounce lasts me about 3 weeks. And the cleaner is 0.33 fluid ounces. This is about half gone. So, and they come as a travel kit. I also use eye drops. I took the Refresh Tears, and that's a ½ ounce, 15 milliliters, and it's 3/4 used up, almost getting empty. I took 2 mascaras, waterproof. I can leave one in my purse, one in my toiletry bag. I used the She Glam waterproof. This one has 2 brushes. It's got a comb kind of brush, curved comb brush for little lashes, and then the other end has a bushier brush for more volume. I like this formula as a waterproof mascara. I get it off Amazon, so that was good. I also took the L'Oreal Panorama, one of my favorite mascaras. I wish they made it in a smaller tube, but this one was the one I left in my toiletry bag, and that worked fine. I took 2 eyebrow pencils, Maybelline Total Temptation. Not much you can do with an eyebrow pencil size. Because I wear waterproof mascara, I take a waterproof eye makeup remover. And this is 40 milliliters in this little tube. I put it in here. I think this is the Neutrogena oil-free waterproof makeup remover. I barely used it. I only used like that much of it, and so didn't need this size at all. So we'll fix that next time. I use tretinoin cream at night, and it's a prescription. It's 20 grams. It comes in this size, and it's supposed to last a month, and it's pretty much gone. After I put on the tretinoin, I usually use a moisturizer of some sort, and I forgot to take that. So I had to buy one on the road. I got the L'Oreal Wrinkle Expert Night Cream. This is 50 milliliters, 1.69 ounces. It's pretty much gone. Used it almost all up. I did not like this formula at all. I didn't find it very moisturizing. And it also kind of stings, so I won't be buying this product again. I usually use the Oil of Olay Regenerist in the red bottle. It's my preferred go-to. And also, this is a glass, thick glass bottle, and it holds the same as this little plastic bottle. So next time I should decant my moisturizer into this for 50 milliliters. I can take something that's a lot smaller. Forgot my toothpaste. So we went to a drugstore and I bought this, which is way too big. I've only used like this much of it. 95 milliliters, but it was on sale for 98 cents and my girlfriend made me buy it. So you could get by with much smaller amounts of toothpaste in 4 weeks. I took just a body lotion moisturizing cream, 71 milliliters. I never used this, maybe once, because I was using the little freebie ones that the hotels had. So I probably would just next time just take one of the freebie size and not take the bigger bottle. I took some shower gel body wash in this size container, which is 50 milliliters. Barely used it. We were gone, I don't know how many places we stayed, but a month's worth of places. And there was only one place that didn't have some kind of body wash shower gel. So my friend and I only used about that much. So next time I would take a much smaller container. Haircare stuff. I like to take my own shampoo and conditioner. And I used these little tubey things this time. Somebody gave me these. They're by Kitsch. and they hold 3 ounces. So I filled them, one with conditioner, one with shampoo. They're pretty much empty. I wash my hair 2, maybe 3 times a week. Right now my hair is really short because I have alopecia. If I had longer hair, it would use more, but the shampoo is gone and the conditioner just has a little bit left. So that worked for my current length of hair for a month. I also took a leave-in conditioner for my hair in this little tube, and it's completely empty, but just it lasted the trip. It's 35 milliliters in this little jar, and I just finished it on the last few days we were there. So that worked for the leave-in. For facial cleansing, I took these are Oil of Olay facial wipes. They're dry, but they have a cleanser on them, and so when you get them wet, it suds up. I took 12, I have 1 left. And when I wasn't using those, I used my makeup eraser, which you don't need cleanser for that. Because of my alopecia right now, I'm wearing wigs, and I took 4 wigs, 2 synthetic and 2 heat friendly. And so I took wig shampoo, wig conditioner, and some other products for the wigs, which I ended up not needing to use because I didn't have to wash a wig. I just rotated between the 4, and that lasted me for the month. So I don't know that I needed those. I also took a little Simple Styling, which is a silicone to keep your wigs from getting tangled. I used this once or twice, and then some styling product for the wig, which I didn't use at all. I took a sewing kit. I always take a sewing kit, but this one is a little plastic thing, and it's got all tiny little needles with tiny little holes and some threads and a teeny tiny scissors and stuff. It's a little plastic kit. This is actually bigger than I think I need. I also have a bunch of the ones that the hotels give that are just super thin, tiny little sewing kits, and I think next time I will take one of those because I didn't need any of that. I took a deodorant, little tiny Dove container. There's still a lot left, but it's pretty small, so I just leave this in my toiletry kit. I took toilet bowl spray, poopery type stuff. This is the Trader Joe version. This is actually, how much did we use? We only used about that much for 2 people for a month. So I don't think we need this size container for that. Might be able to decant it into something smaller. Along with my other wig products, I took some wig detangler. This is the Rene of Paris, I think, detangler. And I put it in this 2 fluid ounce bottle. I used this up. I could have used another week's worth. So 2 fluid ounces was not enough. I use this when I take my wigs off to spritz it and comb the tangles out. So I needed more of this. About 25% more. I took laundry sheets, and I took quite a few, and I used most of them. There's like maybe 4 left. So these are good for rinsing your clothes out in a sink, or even for throwing in a washing machine. We had a couple places that had washers, and I was using these because they didn't have very much detergent for us. So these work fine. I like these. I also take dryer sheets. Just regular old dryer sheets. And I put these in my shoes if my shoes get stinky. And I put them in my laundry bag I put dirty laundry in the bag. I just helps keep things fresher. These little snack size baggies, by the way, are good for these sheet kind of things. These are also the perfect size for currency. So if you're traveling, like when we were in Asia, we had all this different currency. And so I took snack bags just to keep them straight and also to keep them dry in the humidity. And that worked fine. I took a Tide pen. I used this a few times. I took a container of Q-tips. I used about half of them. I think I used about 30 of them. And I realized that this is a hard plastic case. So even though I used up half the product, the case still stays the same size. So next time I might put them in a plastic bag so that they go down as my luggage gets full of souvenirs. I took some cotton rounds, and I just threw this in. It's half a bag full. Never used it, so I don't need those next time. I took 1 perfume atomizer. This is Ariana Grande Cloud. I like that one for travel. I like it now. I did use it. It's almost gone. There's just a tiny little bit left. And I really like this particular atomizer. It never leaks. It's really easy to fill, and it sprays nicely. And I'll link this below. It's 6 milliliters is what it holds. I like the product of that one. I took one of these mirrors that has the light, which there, and it's rechargeable. And I did use this because hotel rooms and short-term rentals don't have enough lighting. And so it was handy to have this. I've often thought that if you have a short-term rental, probably if you're running a hotel, you should go live in the room for like 5 days, because there's never any place to hang your toiletry bags or enough towels in the bathroom. The lighting is terrible. The plugs are in all the wrong places. So I think anyone who rents a place like that should be required to actually go stay in it for some period of time. And they might find some of these problems and fix them. I also took this. No, it's not that. This is a hair tool. And when you use heat-friendly wigs, you have to apply heat periodically to keep the ends nice. And this little thing is rechargeable. It's got a USB port. And it also has temperature controls. So when you're dealing with heat-friendly wigs, you have to be able to control the temperature. And so you can set this for whatever you want for that particular wig. It heats up. It's not going to handle massive amounts of hair, but for just touching up the ends of a wig, it works great. And then it cools off fairly quickly, and you have the little cap to store it, and that's all it is, size-wise. So I love that. I took some makeup. I rarely wear makeup at home, so I don't know why I thought I would wear it on the road. But sometimes with this particular group of friends, and I was with one girlfriend that I travel with a lot, we'll get kind of dolled up and we'll go to a nice rooftop bar or out for dinner or something. So I took some makeup with me, really didn't use it. First off, because I had the tinted SPF, I didn't take any kind of a foundation at all. And I did take, for some reason, a primer, even though I didn't have foundation. This is a blurring primer. It's the Milani, the purple one. I just put it. It's in this little container. This is about 25 milliliters. I used about half of it. But then again, I wasn't putting on makeup or dolling up, so I didn't need that. I took concealers, the NYX Pro Fix Stick Color Corrector. Never used that. I took a Revlon Under Eye Caffeine and Vitamin Skin Awakening Concealer. Never used that. I took the Catrice Under Eye Brightener. Did not use that. I took my favorite Urban Decay eyeshadow in the color Tease. Never touched it. I took a tiny little thing of Vaseline. Don't know why. Never used it. I took the eyeshadow primer by Milani. I took 2 eyebrow gel brush things from e.l.f. Never opened those. I took an under eye vitamin C brightener. Never used that. I took this little thing, which is a root touch-up. My roots were fine. Didn't need to touch anything. Took this little cute pen that is for correcting makeup boo-boos, like if you get mascara where you don't want it, you can. Never needed that. And I took my favorite little gizmo. This is by Physicians Formula Butter Glow and Go. It's a contouring, I don't know if it's contour or bronzer, but anyway, it's contour or bronzer on one side and a blush on the other, which you can also use for your lips. I use this all the time at home. I never touched it on the road. But like I said, we didn't really go out. We'd leave in the morning and we would just go all day, pick up dinner somewhere on the way home, and then go back to wherever and collapse and put on our jammies. So we really weren't going out. So I never needed the makeup brushes that went with all that stuff that I didn't touch. I have to rethink that because I don't usually wear makeup at home. Why would I wear it on the road? Certainly not that much. Now we come to the funny part. So last year, I traveled with the same friend for 2 months in Asia. And for some reason, I could not hang on to a lip gloss to save my life. I kept losing them. I think I was wearing pants that had a very shallow pocket and they just popped out. So every so often I would say, oh, let's go into this pharmacy. And my friend would say, why? What do you need? And I'd say, well, I lost my chapstick. She would roll her eyes and she couldn't believe that that happened as many times as it did. Traveling with the same person, so as I was packing, I thought, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to have plenty of lip stuff. So if I saw a lip product, I would grab it and put it in my suitcase or my personal carry-on or my purse or something. And I kind of overdid it. So this is what I ended up taking for my lips. I took 2 lip liners, a pinkier one, the Peri Peri Soft Pink, I think that is. I took a more natural nude one. This is a L'Oreal. Never used either one of those. I took a bunch of SPF lip gloss. This is, I think, Trader Joe's own SPF 30. I have 2 of those. Did not use those. I took a Sun Bum, also an SPF something 30. Didn't use that. I was using this one. This is the Neutrogena Revitalizing Lip Balm in something berry. And this one was great because it's small and it fit in my pocket. I had deeper pockets this trip, so I never lost one. But this one broke off inside and got all smushy, so the product is in the cap and broken, and it wasn't fun to use after that. So I stopped using that one. So then I started carrying in my pocket the Maybelline, I think it is, Lifter Gloss. And I actually brought 2 of these in the same color. Petal 005. Nice color on me. In my pocket, this is a bigger container and it's square and it just felt funky, so I took it out of my pocket. I was carrying one in my purse, never touched the other one. I had 2 Carmax Advanced Repair Moisturizing Lip Balms. One I kept in the car for a period of our trip. We had a rental car and I kept it in the side door thing. And I did use that one. The other one stayed in the toiletry bag the whole time. I took a Catrice Lip Jam Hydrating Lip Gloss. Nice product. Never used it. I took a lip oil. This is Etude lip oil, I think in the red. I really like this product, but again, it's fat and it's square, so it feels funky in my pocket, so I stopped using that. And I finally landed on my e.l.f. Rehydrating Cone something, and it has like a moisturizing little bit in the middle and then color on the outside. It's a nice shade tint for me. And this was the one that I ended up keeping in my pocket for the rest of the trip. So probably could have done away with 90% of those, maybe kept 2. And I didn't lose any this time. So I think that's it. And there's certainly some places where I can trim down and do a better job next time. And a couple things that I need slightly larger containers of. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.